What's good, everybody? Rhetorical question life. My name is Heavy Bree, and welcome to my channel. If this is your 825th time on my channel, welcome back. Appreciate every single last one of you for watching and subscribing to my videos, leaving comments, leaving likes, all that good stuff. Appreciate every single last one of you. Yeah, like I wasn't gonna record a video today, man, because like I was just, today I go to school. I'm supposed to be at school, like I show up to school early so I can get get the jump on all my schoolwork and everything. The sooner I get my stuff done, the sooner I can get in class and get in and out of class, and everything will take care of other stuff. But today, I'm starting a new class in the course that I'm taking right now. Right now, I'm learning welding right now, so I couldn't do anything right now because we're supposed to be doing all the stuff they're supposed to be doing later. So the instructor doesn't really have the stuff that we need right now to get started. So at the moment, I decided to just I got here too early, so at the moment I just went for a walk. Was watching airplanes take off over here at Long Beach Airport, and just chilling. So I got I got a little too bored. I hate that word bored, because I'm not a boring person, but I needed to record a video. I just needed to record because I was just chilling in the lounge, watching videos on YouTube and everything, and videos about finance, videos about being how to obtain wealth and everything. And I just wanted to make a video of myself, from my own personal experience, because I've been debt free for about 8 years now. Back in 2017, I paid my last outstanding bill, and my last outstanding piece of debt I paid off in 2017. And I wanted to make a video about how I did that. Quick little video, just to sum it all up. So at the time, I had about $25,000 in debt. Now, for some people that's a lot. For some people it's not a lot. But I had 25,000, because I was being stupid back then. I was spending money on dumb stuff. I was I had gotten into some, a lot of trouble. Like I had gambling issues. I had credit card bill issues. I was trying to look like something I wasn't, and I was basically just being young and stupid. So I decided to just lock in and just destroy my debt. I was making about at that time I was making about $60,000 a year. So I decided, what, $60,000, I only got 25,000. Why am I making the minimal payment on my credit cards and on my my loans? Why am I doing that? I'm making $60,000 a year. Why am I paying it off little by little? Why don't you just knock it all out? And that's what I did. I decided to attack. The first thing I did was I stopped spending money on dumb stuff. I stopped going out. I stopped buying clothes that I didn't need, that I was only wearing one time, and they would just go in the closet and I wouldn't see it again. Shoes. I stopped spending money on shoes and everything. I'm not a shoe person like that. I wear. Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing I'm wearing work boots and everything. And then when I'm not wearing work boots, I wear Skechers, bro. But I be rocking Skechers. I used to rock Converse a lot. I used to get my Converse custom made on the Converse store website, but I don't do that kind of stuff anymore, man, because it's I would make these shoes to coordinate with my outfit, and I'd wear it one time and then never wear it again. That was stupid. That was dumb. Plus, and my closet was already getting filled with all kinds of stuff. So I was like, you know what, man, let me just cool out on all this buying clothes and buying shoes and stuff. So I just cut back on stuff that I didn't need. I stopped buying clothes, shoes. I stopped going out to clubs because I'm not a club person, man. I don't like going to clubs. I like parties. I like festivals and concerts and all that. Those are fun to me. But clubs are just, it's I'm spending money on an Uber because I'm not gonna drive to club. I'm gonna drink. I was gonna drink, so it's I am spending money on an Uber. I've always drank responsibly, kind of, sort of. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I wasn't the most responsible, but nobody ever got hurt and nothing ever got damaged from me drinking. So I like to consider myself a pretty responsible drinker. So, or was a drinker. Like I haven't drank in over a year, but that's a whole nother video. Uh, so I stopped going out to clubs, because I wasn't trying to pay more money for drinks when I can have drinks back at the house. I didn't want to listen to loud music and most of it I don't even listen to like that, because whatever that, because they're only just bumping this stuff that's popular on the radio or popular on whatever's popular at the moment. And they're not playing stuff that I like. So that there's that. Two, it's like, three. I said three. I lost count. Three. I just got tired of just going to the club. I lost all my fun. It lost all the appeal to me. I'm going out spending money on a nice outfit just to go to this this crowded, loud, anxiety-inducing place. To what? To talk to random women who I don't even know, and to just to dance. I mean, I could dance at home, man. I can get drunk and dance at home with plenty of space and not ruin my shoes. Because like anybody who wears nice shoes to a place that's crowded or that where there's gonna be a lot of people, and you don't like your shoes getting stepped on, and you go to a club, that's stupid. Wear some old shoes, wear some Skechers. But so I got tired of all that. So I stopped going out. So I stopped spending money on stuff that I didn't need. I stopped going out, and I pretty much just cut down my expenses too. Like I stopped paying for subscriptions that I didn't need. I stopped paying for services that I wasn't using that I would apply for, and then it would just be automatically deducted off my credit card and off my debit card. And I was I'm not using none of this stuff, so I got rid of it. And I just focused on my free time, my fun time, to just now this is gonna sound counterproductive, but really video games helped me get out of debt. I'll say it again. Video games help me get out of debt. Well, not just video games, books, and comic books help me get out of debt. Oh, and the gym too. So whenever I would get bored, instead of just sitting around watching Netflix or watching Hulu or watching just whatever streaming platform is out there, instead of doing that, I would just I would just go to the gym and work out for about an hour or two, instead of just binging a show. Or I'll read a book. At this time, I really got into reading. I was reading a lot. I read a lot of nonfiction, a lot of biographies about people that I admire, and actors and athletes and people that I just look up to and admire and everything. I started reading a lot of stuff like that. I started reading books on how to manage money and books on how to build wealth and everything. And I was just reading those. I was just digesting all that stuff. And I was also digesting some nonfiction. I learned a little bit of Python, a little bit of coding. I mean, I don't remember none of that stuff now. So you ask me how to put together an algorithm, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy, because I don't remember none of that stuff. I data dumped all of that. But yeah, I was just learning, reading, working out, but the main thing, which is for the weekends, the main thing that saved me was just playing video games on the weekend. I know for some people have a different opinion on video games. Some people say they're unhealthy. Some people say that they're it's bad for your back, it's bad for your socializing skills. Well, I mean, to be honest, I've always had bad social skills, even before I was playing a lot of video games. But then again, I started playing video games when I was 3, so that probably could explain a lot of things. But anyway, playing video games on the weekend helped me, it helped me get through, it stopped me from going out and spending money on dumb stuff. It helped, because I would just play, video games, sandbox open world video games, and just have fun playing those and just chilling those. I have more fun playing video games and stuff like that than I do going out to a club or going out to some kickback at some random place, place that a friend invites me to, or just I have more fun playing video games than I do going out. So playing the video games helped me save money. I would just be on Saturdays and Friday nights. I would just be, in the house playing video games, because because for me, video games are like home to me. When I was a kid, I would just, I mean, I had siblings growing up, but like I wasn't an outside person. I would stay in the house and play video games, and then when I did go outside, I'd probably go, play some football, go play tag, or just go walk around by myself and just think about life, or think about nothing at all. Just go for a walk and just use my imagination. That was things that I liked to do when I was younger. So, but the main thing I liked doing was playing video games. So playing video games helped me save money and helped me like not go out and waste money on dumb stuff, And so, yeah, that's what I did. So I stopped spending money on stuff that I didn't need. I cut back on services that I wasn't using, streaming services and other services that I wasn't using. I stopped going out and stopped going out to clubs and stopped going out and paying for overpriced drinks at bars and clubs and everything. And once I cut all that stuff out, I created a very strict, disciplined plan to destroy my debt. At the beginning of 2017, I had $25,000 in debts from loans, credit card debt, and everything. I had multiple credit cards. That was stupid. Why'd I have multiple credit cards? I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just being young and stupid. So what I did was I divided like my payments into like, okay, this month I'm gonna pay this much. This month I'm gonna pay that much. And like I took my whole income tax return. I got a pretty good income tax return that year. I put my money towards paying down that debt. Half my check, I would get paid once every 2 weeks. So half of each check would just go towards bringing down that debt, knocking out that debt. And towards the end of the year, about 9 or 10 months in, I ended up paying off $25,000 in 10 months. Because I was like, because like I said, like I was making like $5,000 a month. So half of that was just going towards paying off my debt, and then the rest of my money would go towards like essential bills. And I would just, eat. I wouldn't go eat out like that and everything. Food. I wouldn't go eat out food. And what I would do was I would just, just budget it wasn't hard for me to budget, because it's like I wasn't poor growing up, but I also wasn't, I didn't have any silver spoons in the kitchen. They were plastic. So they were plastic and that cheap stainless steel that you get at Walmart. So yeah, man, like saving money and budgeting wasn't hard for me. And I ended up like, paying off my debt in like 10 months. Like I said, I had $25,000, approximately $25,000 in bills, in debt. And like with each check, I was making like over about 5,000, a little over 5,000 a month. And I would take half that money and I would just throw it towards my debt. And by like October of 2017, 10 months, I paid off $25,000 in loans, in loans and credit card debts. And after that, I never had debt ever again. I mean, the following year I got a car, but like that only cost about $14,000, and like I paid that off quick as hell, man. Like I paid it off in like 6-7 months. I paid it off in, because like I wasn't playing, bro. I was not playing, because like I took out a loan to pay off that car, but I paid it off. It was a 36 month or 48 month loan or whatever, but so I could have like lower payments and everything. But I said screw payments. I just said I got $14,000. I'm making $60,000 a year, bro. I just took the money that I had, I just paid off, because like I'd already killed off like $25,000 in debt in like 10 months. So imagine how quickly I could pay off this car. I paid it off in like 6-7 months. So, shoot, like and then the rest of the money I had from that job, I just saved it. I just saved it aggressively. Like, I would take, I followed the same budgeting discipline and put that towards, put that towards my fuck you fund. If you guys aren't familiar with the fuck you fund is, go back and watch the video titled the FU fund, because like that's how I that's why I live by it, and that's what I followed to become debt free and not have to ever go back and have to worry about losing a job. That's how I was able to leave that. That's how I was able to leave that job that I had and go pursue what I wanted to pursue. That's why I don't worry about if I get fired or laid off from my job, because I have my FU fund. I don't worry about what, this job sucks, I want to quit. So I didn't have to worry about that because I have an FU fund. Everybody wants to just say F this job, I'm quitting, but nobody ever does, because they got rent, they got bills, they got loans, they got student loans and everything. They got some people got families and kids to take care of. They got responsibilities. I ain't had none of that. I ain't got no house. I'm not married. I don't got no loans or credit card debt or children that I know of. So it's bro, I'm free, I'm not trying to brag or flex or anything. I'm just saying if you are in a position like that, if you're in a position where you don't have any major responsibilities, like a family to take care of, or anything that's that responsible, I mean that's that serious, then dude, there's no reason why you should be still in debt. Bro, if you have if you have let's say you have over $100,000 in debt, in 4 years that shit should be paid off. Okay, now I know some of y'all probably aren't as blessed to have a job that probably pays $5,000 a month or whatever, but you could create a plan, a strong, disciplined plan to pay all that stuff off. Now. You saw the title of the video. I said the title of this video was Broke AF and Debt Free. So yeah, right now, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I had money saved up to pay off all my bills for the year. So I don't really have any real responsibilities or bills or things that I'm worried about right now. But I am in a sense broke. I don't have a lot of money coming in. I'm not making a lot of money. I don't have a lot of cash, but I'm also not worried because because I have my GI Bill. I use that to take care of food and whatever expenses and help out around the house, place where I'm staying at right now. Other than that, man, I don't really have any money coming in. So I am broke as fuck. So but the thing is, I'm not worried about none of that because I also don't have any debts. I also don't have to worry about how am I going to eat. I also don't have to worry about how am I going to pay my bills, because they're all paid off. I don't have a lot of bills, man. All I have is my cell phone bill, my VPN, health insurance, which I paid off at the beginning of the year, and my dental insurance, which I paid off at the beginning of the year. So I'm not worried about dental. I'm not worried about healthcare. I'm not worried about if my phone is safe while I'm on the internet. I'm not worried about none of that stuff. Okay. All my stuff is taken care of, and I think this plane about to take off right now. Is that plane taking off, or is that plane landing? No, I think it just landed. Yeah, plane just landed from Southwest. By the way, did y'all hear about Southwest starting to charge people extra if they're overweight, and charging them for 2 seats? That's weird. Yeah, man, but maybe that'll encourage people to go to gym more. But yeah, I don't have a lot of responsibilities. I don't have any debt at all. I don't have to worry about my bills because they're all paid off. So yeah, I am broke as fuck, but I'm also debt free. And for those of you out there who says, well, I can't do that because I have this. I can't do that because X, Y, and Z. Well, I can't do that because I have a car payment. I have this, I have that. Bro, sell your car and get a beater, okay? There are plenty of cars out there that are made in the 2000s and in the 90s that still run good that are less than $10,000. There's no reason why you should be owning a $75,000 car if you make less than $75,000 a year. If you ain't got that kind of money, you shouldn't be worrying about that stuff, man. You should not be trying out here. Who are you trying to impress? You shouldn't. If you know that your job at the mill only pays about, like, entry level only pays $45,000, why the hell do you have an $86,000 truck? You don't need that. Go buy bro. There's plenty of trucks out there that were made in the 2000s. You can go get a Nissan Titan right now for about $10,000 or less. Okay, a brand new one, $10,000 or less. A Nissan Titan from 2006. You can go get one right now for about like $10,000, man. Sure, you make $45,000 a year. Don't go putting yourself in debt, trying to flex on your haters, trying to make people look like you're doing better than you actually are. Because there's the thing, man. You are doing better. The fact that you woke up, the fact that you are alive, the fact that you have all 5 of your senses, the fact that you're healthy, the fact that you can afford to watch videos on this phone right now shows that you're doing well. You have a computer in your pocket. You're doing well, man. Like, most of us are doing well. Some of us are doing well, you know. But I mean, some of us aren't. But, like, you know, I'm saying, man, like, you shouldn't be worried about, because one of the things that kept me broke for a long time, well, that kept me in debt for a long time, was worrying about keeping up with the Joneses, and worrying about, you know, whether or not like I was doing well and not, whether or not people knew I was doing well or not. Once I stopped caring about that stuff, once I locked in and attacked my debt and got rid of all the stupid stuff that was holding me back and keeping me in bondage, because that's what it is, man. These things that you buy, these things that you own, end up owning you. Whatever you buy, whatever you put money into, that's not making you money, it's holding you back, man. If you buy something and it ain't giving, if you spend money on something, a lot of money on something that isn't like giving you, sorry, I can't talk right now, man. The plane was going by again. Like, once again, ADHD, man. I like watching planes fly by. This is probably the worst spot for me to record, because, you know, I like looking at planes. I don't know about y'all, man. I just like watching planes take off and everything. I thought about becoming a pilot, but, like, I also don't like wearing uniforms like that. Granted, I wear a uniform to school, this shirt every week when I go to school, but that's different at school. Yeah, man, but, like, whatever you spend money on, whatever you put money into that isn't making you money, or isn't, like, benefiting you in some kind of way, it ends up owning you, okay? And it puts you in that thing that I talked about a few videos ago. I talked about golden handcuffs. That's what it is. You spend money on things and finance something that isn't financially improving you. You are just paying for golden handcuffs, and you are basically restricting yourself from a better life and better opportunities and less stress in your life. Because if you're working a job that you hate to finance a lifestyle that you really don't care for, but you're only doing it because because you care about how other people view you and how other people see you, you have on golden handcuffs. You are wasting your time, you're wasting your life, and you can be spending that money and that time on things that actually do matter, and things that will actually make you happier and put you in a better headspace. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to talk. I'm sorry I made this video a little longer than I was supposed to. Like I said, like today I came to school early. I come to school early to work on some stuff, so that way I can, you know, be ahead of my classwork and everything, and be like, so I can get out of class on time. And there's another one. Yeah, that one's from Southwest. Here, look at it. Sorry I blinded y'all by the sun a little bit. I just wanted to show y'all the plane taking off, because, like, the plane was taking off, and I wanted to show y'all what I was looking at. Because throughout the video, y'all see me, like, looking off and watching a plane take off. I just wanted to show you one that was taking off right now. But yeah, like, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. You know, being debt free, being broke as fuck, but being debt free. Because I'd rather be broke as fuck and have no financial obligations holding me back than, you know, have be working somewhere that I hate, that pays good money, and then I can't get out of it because now I got an apartment, Now I got like a car that car payments that I'm paying for. Now I have credit card bills or whatever the hell I'm paying for, so I can't quit that job. No, I like freedom. Okay, I like to work doing things that I like doing, and I like to have no obligations to anything that will keep me in bondage. I hope you guys feel the same way. Thank you all for taking time to watch my video. I appreciate every single last one of you. Peace and blessings, and I will hope all of you guys have a prosperous day.